Hi, and welcome to the final week of our Quest series. Today we're actually going to cover two paintings. The sixth, where truth comes to the second Lord, speech, and the final painting, where truth comes to the third Lord, form. When truth comes to speech, there is this channel of awareness that has opened because our mind has already been transformed. Yet the element of the painting itself, speech, is still mute. The invitation is for us to hold our speech until we have that full integration of mind and speech where we are able to see our story from the higher spiritual plane. In the painting, the male and the female are looking into the pool, and instead of being reflected of themselves, they see the reflection of God consciousness. This is the way in which, through the transformation of our mind, we have reframed our story, and we see the elements of how our story has brought us to this place in our spiritual quest. As we take the time to reflect upon our life story, we see in this painting that the muses have lost their transparency, for they are becoming a very real part of our journey. And the invitation then to bring speech along is to speak of our story from this higher perspective, to speak of our journey in the realization that it is all a spiritual unfolding. Once we have that integration and we are able to share of our life journey from this perspective, we then bring in the final phase of this series. In this final phase of our journey, truth comes to this third Lord, which is form. Here, our experience is that of a transformed world. At this phase of our spiritual journey, we bring together now all of the elements. We have the three lords of thought, speech, and form, along with the muses of meditation, memory, and music. We have a transformed experience and a transformed way of looking at the world where we have brought together the spiritual and the material into one realization, unified within our very being. This is the second coming. It is the full dawning of consciousness, the full arising of consciousness within us, where we see how these elements all work together and inform our spiritual quest. The time that we have spent together in these weeks have been an exploration into our own consciousness and our own unfolding journey as spirit is alivened within us. Each week we've had time of sharing, of learning and growing. And as we exit, as we complete this series together, we have all of the tools actualized, vitalized within us that we can carry out into our daily walk. In closing these weeks together, we have been exploring our spiritual journey as a quest. And we come now to this place where the Christ consciousness is revealed itself within us. We have brought together the spiritual and the material plane, and it is now our joyous journey to continue walking this path of unfoldment, walking this path of knowing our oneness in God. It is not one or the other. It is both and. This is the second coming, the full awareness, the arising of consciousness within you, carrying it then into the world, joyously expressing the love that you are. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen.
Truth comes to the second Lord, speech. The channel of awareness is expanding, and the dove has come to the second Lord. The man and woman are already subjectively seeing the world in a different light. They look into the pool, into their own unconsciousness, and see the light of God. When the light is found within, the world is seen in a different light too. The vision of the fireball, which symbolizes the whole, is their glimpse of oneness, of the whole that is God. The muses have now completely lost their transparency, which means to say that the spiritual vision of the man and the woman has become focused, whereas in the beginning it was but partial and hazy. The Lords, meanwhile, have become much more transparent, which means to say that the man and the woman are being able to see through human reality to the divine reality beyond. In the final painting, truth comes to form. In this painting, we see the trial by fire, as well as the baptism by fire. In this painting, the man and the woman are passing through their trials with flying colors. Nothing can stop them now. On the right, their bodies merge with the horse and dove in the wholeness of the fireball. Their moment of ascension has arrived. What they are symbolically leaving behind is the world of human reality, and what they are about to ascend into is the world of divine reality. Since the real world is really the here and now, they are not so much leaving our world as seeing it with new eyes. This would indeed be like ascending from one world into another.